pretty exciting tonight, right? I still have my Santa hat, still Christmas in my mind. So, last live of the year, guys. 2021 is finally over. Oh my gosh. Just a few days more. We're heading out to the beach tomorrow. We're going to spend New Year's on the beach. But tonight, what I want to do is, I want to show you my lovely wife. Is going to be our model tonight. Put your claps on for my wife. Hi, guys. There you go. So, what we... There you go. Yeah, so what we're going to do tonight, we're going to go and have a little fun with gels, right? Merry late Christmas, that's right. So we're gonna have a J Moore. Hey, we're gonna have a little fun with gels tonight, right? So the whole idea is to get that white wall over there. There's nothing there, right? It can't get any more boring than this, really. And if you are a wedding photographer, if you are a events photographer, we see this every time. Maybe not a white wall, but maybe like just an uninteresting scene that we have to deal with, right? And we need to come up with something really cool, something really fun. So what happens in that case, we're going to need some gels. We're going to need some extra lighting. There's nothing, because if you go out there and take that picture just the way it is, it's going to be just a picture. So it's not going to be anything that is like, you know, amazing, that's going to wow your clients, right? And that's what you want to do always that we can. We always want to wow our clients. We want them to look at this, say, oh my God, I remember this scene, was nothing like this, it was amazing, right? This is what separates you from everybody else. And this is what we do here. So tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to try to use that screen, at least like 2 different setups, okay? And these guys, these are things that I do, like, you know, regularly on weddings. I don't come like with a plan or something like that. I walk in, and for some reason I see the scene and say, okay, I can do this here, right? So a lot of it is the way you approach it, right? I look at this, and most people would go and say, oh my God, how am I going to do with this? Oh, it's a white, there's nothing I can do here. And they'll point the camera and take that picture. And guess what? That's just a snapshot, right? You can get the phone and take that picture. It's going to be exactly the same thing. Instead of saying, oh my God, it's a white wall, what I do with this, I have nothing to do with this, and just take a picture and walk away, I walk in and say, oh, this is awesome, a white wall. It's a blank canvas for me to paint, right? And I'm going to work. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight, we're going to do 2 different looks, okay? And for tonight, we're going to use very simple. I don't want to go way over half an hour on this. This is like more showing my way of thinking about a scene and how I execute this. And here on the live is Jeff. I mean, Jeff is here. Jeff has been helping me on weddings as my lighting assistant for a long time. He can attest that the boundless women, how are you? Yeah. So Jeff can attest to the fact that this is pretty much how I work. I walk in and I have these crazy ideas and I try to make it happen, right? A lot of times it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. When it doesn't work, move on and do something else. Because weddings like one thing after another. We don't have time to just do, right? And stop and start messing around a whole lot of time. So tonight, what we're going to use tonight, we're going to use a speed light, only speed lights, right? A speed light, okay, with a sphere on it, on the top of it, right? We're going to use some gels also. I pick red because I like red. It could be any color. And we're also going to use this guy here, which is a, how do you call it? Mag beam, right? We're also going to use, where are my masks? Oh, over here. We're also going to use, if we have time, we're going to use, hey Marco, we're going to use a pattern, right? Patterns to draw the patterns on that white wall. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of these, probably this one here that I like the most. Okay, this is pretty much what I'm going to use. Very simple equipment, nothing really super complicated. Okay, it's just a matter of, like I said, look at the scene and see what you can do, what's possible, what's not possible, right? So, as a disclaimer, as I always do, I'm going to be using mag mod stuff. I use MagMod, and I talk a lot about MagMod because that's what I use on my photography every day, okay? Not because it's I'm not sponsored by MagMod. I'm not a MagMod ambassador. This is equipment that I use every day. So I have no affiliation with a MagMod company at all. But there's no way to do this and not mention them because this is what I use, right? And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions here, all right? And you're going to go there, okay? So let's make sure that you guys can see everything here. Can you see okay? No? Let me turn the phone a little bit more. So as you can see, we are literally in the living room of our house, right? Kitchen's behind me, TV room's over there. This is it, okay? It can't get any more boring than this, right? Hey, Anna. Can't get any more boring than this. And cannot get any more simple than this. So before I start, let me know, because I have my wireless mic going on here, let me know if you can hear from far here. Because I'm speaking on the mic, I just need to know if the mic is working okay before I start talking, you can hear me. Let me know here in the comments if you guys can hear me okay when I'm talking far away from here. Okay? So, okay, cool. So you can hear me. Thanks, Anthony. So what we're going to do, so when I see a white wall here right now, the first thing that I think is silhouette, right? Every time I see a white wall like this, I want to do a silhouette, right? Because silhouette is really cool because this is the light, and suddenly we come with that silhouette, and the client's going to be, "Whoa, how did you do this?" Right? And you're going to say, "That's my power." Can tell you, right? So, and silhouette are really, really cool. Hey, Julia, silhouettes are really, really cool, especially if you have a texture wall. Like, say, if you have a texture wall with like brick wall or any kind of texture on the wall, the light on the wall will really accentuate the texture. It's going to look really cool. But this is going to look good too. So how do I go about create my first silhouette, right? So I'm going to be shooting tonight with my Canon R6, mirrorless R6, and with my Canon 2470 lenses, all right? There's no reason for that. I just picked this one because it gives me good zoom. I don't have a whole lot of room here. I need a little bit wider, okay? So silhouette, the first thing you need to do, you need to cut the ambient light. Right? Don't think much about it, right? Please stop getting hung up on numbers or like, oh, aperture, that. All you need to do at this point is to kill the ambient light, this ambient light here, right? Why I do this? This is my approach when I'm shooting studio. I'm always doing like, I'm always killing the ambient light. Why do I do that? Because then I have 100% control of the light. I don't have lights from my city. You can see this light is on. My kitchen light is on. My hallway light is on. Everything is on here. So I don't want this light contaminating my scene. And what I do, I just, hey, Des, I just in a different handle tonight, Des. So what I do, I'm closing my aperture to kill the ambient light, right? So I'm just going to point and shoot until I get a totally black screen. And I'm going to keep showing you what I do, all right? So camera is on. I'm going to shoot Danny over there. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me see over here. So I point and shoot. Yeah, so I get a blank screen, a black screen, right? So I get nothing. This tells me there's none of this light is contaminating my scene. I'm ready to start shooting, all right? So right now I'm at, for those the geek ones who like numbers, I'm at 1/200 of a second at f8 and low ISO. The lowest that I can go on this camera is 50. So I don't want any other light. Now I'm going to start building my light, okay? So I'm going to put a light stand behind Danny. We're going to start the silhouette, right? So I'm going to put a light, huh? Low ISO? Low ISO, yeah, as low as you can go. So Danny, you're writing down this on the comments? So Danny's writing down my settings on the comments so you guys can look at it. So I have a light stand behind her, and I'm going to put this speed light on it, right? Can they see that? Yeah. So I'm going to put the speed light on it. So this speed light is set to slave. Okay? And right now it's set at 164 power. So I'm going to try it. It's on my 32B. It's actually right now. Oh, that's 32B. 32B, now I put this to full power. So what's going to happen, that speed light is going to light the wall, it's going to create a circle around Danny, and because we cut the ambient light, Danny should be all black in silhouette, right? Here's key when you're doing silhouette. Your subject needs to be 100% profile to you. So the camera shooting this way, they need to be like 100% profile. Doesn't mean they need to point that direction. Let's say if you have a couple, you can do like, so he's bringing her by the hand, she's looking at him, he is looking back at her, right? As long as they are 100% profile to the camera, because what you want to see when you do the silhouette is the contour of the face. If you do a silhouette like this, facing the camera, all you get is this black blur here, okay? So, what we're going to do, so I'm going to point the camera to Danny and see what happens, right? I'm going to take a shot. Okay, so I'm testing my light here. So Danny, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the flash right behind her so she can hide the flash from me. I think you have to stand because you're not tall enough for this flash. So I'm going to get her standing because my light stand doesn't go any lower than what it is right now. So, okay. Let's move this camera this way a little bit more. All right, cool. I'm going to take this out of the scene. A little bit here, right? So Danny is 100% profile in relationship to the camera, okay? And now Danny half step this way for me. So I'm just hiding the flash behind her. That's all I'm doing. Now look that way for me, 100% profile, right? Chin up a little bit, move your nose towards the wall a little bit more, right? And I'm going to point to her. I'm going to zoom right in and take a shot. And here's our silhouette. Right? Clap, 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 clap. Let me see. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close the aperture a little bit more to cut the light even more. Right? It's going to cut the flash a little bit. Babe, sideways to me. Yeah. Silhouettes too. Let's do like 1, 2, and 3. All right. So here is the silhouette. Okay? All right? So that's the basic silhouette. Guys, took me what? We done all the talk, 30 seconds, 20 seconds to do this. Right? It's very simple, very easy, and very effective. Now, what we do, we can play with that a little bit. Now that I have my lighting correct, I can play with it a little bit, right? So now you can pose your model as if, let's say you want to do something fun. Let's just do a high school senior, right? We always have seen those pictures of the senior blowing sparkles. What is that? Yeah. Sparkles? Yeah, sparkles or sparkling things off their hands, right? We can do that with a silhouette and actually, and then Photoshop the sparkles in the picture later on. Right? So if I ask them to move back half step, back, and lean into, go like this, as if you had sparkle in your hand, and lean into the hand, and just blow for me. Exactly, a little closer. So you see how I'm guiding her step by step, I'm gaining control of the situation. Move this way a little bit, babe. A little more, good, right there, lean in, there you go. Now we go over here, 1, 2, and 3. And boom, there it is. We just need to Photoshop the light stand out a little bit, right? And there it is. Now it's very easy to go and do, just Photoshop some sparkles, some glitter. There you go, thanks Des. Glitter. Like a sparkle is a whole different thing. Yeah, some glitter in it, right? Just Photoshop some glitter and it's going to look like she has... hey Flavio, it's going to look like she has, so it's blowing glitter when you took the picture. But now we can do something else. We can take it to a next step. Because now what I have there is a boring white wall with light on it, right? Let's make it better. Let's try to do some gel. Let's put that red gel on that light and see what happens. So all I'm doing here, guys, I'm putting this red gel in front of the light. And let's see what happens now. Okay? Danny, look that way for me, please. Look that way. Half step forward, just a little bit. Yeah, keep looking that way for me. Let's go. Yeah, good one. Danny knows exactly what she needs to do. So let's do 1, 2, and 3. Remember that white wall that we had a few seconds ago? Now we don't have a white wall anymore, right? Look at that. Again, now we had a pattern of orange and red because I add a red gel. Now we're painting the wall. Now it's not a boring, uninteresting white wall anymore, right? Maybe a boring red wall, but you got some colors. If you're doing a wedding, if you shoot a wedding, you figure out what the colors of the wedding are. Let's say it's magenta, or the bridesmaids are dressed in green. You can use a green gel. You can use a magenta gel. It doesn't matter which color it is, right? But this is what I want to get to you is how you look at this wall, and instead of going, oh crap, it's a blank white wall, you got to go, awesome, it's a blank white wall, and I have a lot of stuff that I can do with this. We can take this one step further. All right, how am I doing on time? I'm doing good on time. So I'm always concerned about time. I don't want to keep you guys here forever. We can make it go one step further by using this guy over here. This is a mag mask. So what it does, we put this in front of the flash and it projects this pattern on the wall. Okay? For this to happen, Rachel, how are you? So for this to happen, okay, we need to put the mask over here on this guy. This is called a mag beam, and this is a lens that comes with this. This tool has two. It works for two things. It can project the light depending on which lens you use in front of this. You can project the light much further where it's supposed to be, or you can create patterns. So I already have a red gel here. All I'm doing now is putting this guy, this mask over here. Like this. So I have a mask and I have a gel. And now I'm going to remove the sphere. I'm going to replace the sphere with this guy. And let's see what happens. So if you notice, I haven't touched my camera at all. Why? The light hasn't changed. The light situation hasn't changed. I shouldn't have to touch my camera. Now, because I'm putting a gel and put a mask, I might lose a little bit of light. But let's try it, right? Before we make changes, let's try it. Danny? Yeah, do something like that for me. Now let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. All right, cool. I kind of got what I wanted. A little bit of pattern back there. But the pattern is really small at this point, right? So what I want to do is actually make the pattern bigger. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the light away from the wall. Okay, Dan, you can come this way, a little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. So now, as you probably have guessed, right? I moved the light away from the wall. I'm going to have less light on the wall. Let's see how it works. And I'm already shooting at full power here on the flash, right? So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to move back. Yeah, good. Hold there for me. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome. Let me do another composition. Hold on, do that again. I'm just going to go further back here to get a wider shot. Bring the hand on the back. Bring it a little higher. Let me see more of your hand. There you go. There you go. Hold. Hold. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Now you can see way more from the pattern. Can you see the pattern over there? See around here? Still not a composition that I want. I'm gonna do a little bit different. Hold on. Let me do this. This can be improved. Go, Danny. Go. There you go. So I'm not concerned about getting completely. I'm concerned about getting the pattern on the wall. There you go. Now you can see way more from the pattern. Round. There you go, guys. Here it is. You see the pattern there? Let me know, hit the heart button if you like this or not. I hope you do. But this is how easy it is to go from a white boring wall to something else, right? You can always create something else. So again, it's all about how you take this. You can look at the wall and say, oh my God, it's another blank wall. Take the picture and walk away and come back with a snapshot. Or you can use your tools, your lighting skills, and the tools that you have to create something really cool. All right? It's not going to work because it's going to be sideways, right? So it's not going to show. No, here she comes with ideas. It's always scary, and then you start coming with ideas, guys. It's always scary. You never know what you're going to get. All right? So we came from, just recapping, from a blank wall to create a silhouette. Okay? From a silhouette, hey, Brandon. So from a silhouette, we add some pattern to that silhouette. Now, if you this will work with one person, couples, for instance, right? You can pose the couples like here, side by side, side by side. You can see it. All right, let me switch here a little bit. All right, side by side here, all right, and go like this and take that shot this way. As long as, let me move this way. Hold on, come this way. Here. All right. Okay, get the cup over here like this, right? So as long as they don't touch, when you're doing silhouette, when you touch it, when you're doing a silhouette, when you touch, it becomes a little bit like weird, right? Hey, Christina. So it becomes a little bit like weird. You always want some separation, okay? When you're doing silhouette, you always want some separation of the man. You can see how Dani is smart. She's been doing this for a long time with me. When I ask her to pose, she already put her hand over here to separate from the body, okay? You always want some separation. So you're doing couple, you can do this, right? You can get them to lean a little bit, like dip a little bit. As long as they not touch, it works beautifully. So if you have like, if you want to do full body silhouette, and if you have like a dress, so the female can hold the dress like this, or if it's a fun girl or something like high school senior, they can go like this. As long as the face is full profile to you, it will work. Okay? So this is it for silhouette. Let's do something with that wall. Let's keep the same theme here, same color gel, same pattern, because we don't want to keep changing stuff. Do you guys have any questions for me for the silhouette so far? Let me know if you have any questions, okay? So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this thing off here. We're going to keep the pattern in there, right? And we're going to go, let me see. I'm going to put this guy over here, a little foot, right? And I'm going to put this, I'm going to flip this thing here. I'm going to put this on the floor, on the ground, on the floor here, kind of pointing to the wall. So whatever I had here, I move it down over there. Because now I want to move a little bit of the silhouette. I want to put some light on Dani. Okay? So, and for lighting, we're going to use the mag box. I have it set up here. All right? Mag box is one speed light. That's all I need. Mag box and one speed light. This is a small room. We don't need a whole lot of light. Okay? As you can see, I'm not moving I'm not changing lights. I'm not doing a whole lot of stuff here. I'm trying to run and gun this as if I was nowhere. I have half an hour, and I want to show at least 2 pictures to you, right? 2 ways of doing this. Okay, 2 different ways, right? So Dani, so now that we have Dani, we're not going to do silhouette anymore. She doesn't need to be in profile, right? So you're going to take a picture with her. This is going to be my main light. I'm going to light her with the mag box and one speed light. And there's a front diffuser here. And we're going to try to project that pattern on the wall. So the light with the pattern is over here, down here, and pointing to the wall. Okay? So Dani, can you stand there for me, please? Yeah, I think that's fine over there. So turn to me a little bit. All right, and I'm going to bring this light around here. Let me see, I don't want to block your view completely, but I'm going to start over here. All right? Guys, I'm one light type of guy. So I don't overcomplicate lighting unless I have a whole lot of time. So when I'm doing my workshops or I'm practicing, then I start playing with like several lights, right? So but when I'm on a wedding, when I'm shooting, I try to be as fast as I can. So one light does it for me, and I use 2, 3 lights when I already know what I want. I know exactly where everything should be. I have practiced a lot, and then that's when I do this. So what I'm going to do now, one thing is important when you add in one more light. So when you shoot with one light, it's one thing. But today here, tonight, we're going to shoot with 2 lights. This and that one on the ground, right? So on the floor. So always start with one light. Okay, start with one light and add it and see how one light's affecting the other. Don't try to put everything together at the same time because they're going to start affecting each other. You're not going to know where one light is spilling into the other, and then you're going to get lost. All right? So you have an issue. So you have one light. Okay, looks good. And let's say for some reason you add your second light, and the second light spills over the first light. If you had like 3 or 4 lights, you wouldn't know where the light's spilling. Correct? So always start with one light and then add the second light, test, fix the issues, add the third light, test, fix the issues, right? Just move on to another light once all the issues are resolved. Okay? So let me turn this flash on here. I think this one is A. 32A, correct? And I'm going to test it. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this guy off. I need to try that guy on the ground first, right? I need to make sure that my pattern is hitting in the right place. So I'm going to go back here, point this to Dani. Dani doesn't need to pose right now because, let me see this. It didn't fire over there, did it? No. Of course, my trigger is off. That's why it didn't fire. It always helps to turn the trigger on, guys. So this guy is off. All right, so let's see. So I'm not going to get done into pose right now because I'm just testing my light. I just want to see if that pattern is going to hit the wall the way I want it to. Oh, gorgeous. Hold on. Let me get this. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Yeah. So here is the pattern on the wall. Okay? That's the pattern on the wall. Like I said, there are several different masks with several different patterns. This is the one I picked out from everything else. But here's the pattern on the wall. All right? So now I know that the flash is hitting the wall the way I want. Now I'm going to turn this flash on. This is my A, so I'm controlling them separately. This is 32A. That one down on the floor is 32B. I need to have them separate because they need different power. If I put them on the same channel in the same group, every time I change one, the other is going to change too. Okay? So let me see where I am here. I have like A at half power and B at full power. So this is A. The one at the bottom there is B. Let me kill my timer because you're going to start beeping pretty soon. Okay, so A and B, let me see, full power and half power. I'm going to start with that because this is small light, speed light, just a small light there, and inside a big softbox. Let's try that and see what happens. That's the cool thing about digital photography, guys. It's not like in the film times, and every time you clicked, you were spending money. This is all free. You can try as many times as you want, right? So you're not paying for this. That's why you can try. That's why I keep telling you, don't get hung up on numbers. All right, Danny, don't need to pose. I'm just going to point the camera. I'm still doing my lighting. So let me see. Oops, did it fire? It didn't fire, did it? Let's try it again. My flash didn't fire. There you go. There you go.
Oh.
Right? So, here you go. I have done at half power, and I have my flash on the back there at full power.
Clap, clap, clap.
So, clap, clap, clap. That's a good one. I like that. Clap, clap, clap. Right? If you like this, clap there. Come on, let me see some reaction coming up, guys. Oh, now they gave me hearts. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love, love, love it. All right? So I'm looking at the back of my camera here. I'm thinking that is a little bit too dark. Instead of bumping this up to full power, I'm going just to move this light a little bit. You adding reaction there, babe?
Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to do that. I moved the light about what? Almost a feet closer, because I want some more light on her. Okay? So I thought it was a little bit too dark. Danny? So let's see it. A little bit this way. Good, 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 good. Stay right there. So I'm not posing her. So she's just standing there now and being pretty. It's easy for her. There you go. That's a much better light on her. Now I have enough light on her. I have my pattern back there, right? Now all I need to do, guys, is play with posing, play with light, because, again, my ambient light is not going to change. If this ambient light doesn't change, you don't have to keep chimping on the camera all the time, right? You take a picture and you look at it, take a picture and look at it. Your ambient light didn't change. You took your test shot. The test shot is good. There's no reason to look at the camera anymore. You just keep shooting. Now, all you do, you direct. Watch me directing, right? Because I keep saying one of the biggest components of posing is directing, right? Always knowing that this is your main light. So her face should be always turned towards the main light, all right? So Danny, turn your body that way for me. Yeah, yeah, good, good, good. Turn your nose a little bit more that way. Yeah, look at me, give me a smile. Bring that hand a little bit over here for me, like that. Yeah, a little bit more like elegant, like that, yeah. Bend your wrist, back here, babe. There you go, now relax the finger a little bit. Why don't you go like this for me? There you go, hold, 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 hold. Let's go, 1, 2, and 3. Boom, beautiful. Move your nose towards that way a little bit more. Keep your eyes on me here. Let's go, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. So now all I need to do is keep playing with the pose, right? See, she is lit from this side. She has shadows on the other side because my light's pretty much sideways, right? We can go here. Let me see. Let me do a. We have like almost a Rembrandt pattern there. Let me see if I can move this light to the side a little bit more. And a little bit higher. Let's see if we can get a little bit of Rembrandt pattern there. If you don't know what Rembrandt, I never know how to pronounce it. Rembrandt, right? Rembrandt. Rembrandt. It got way worse, guys. Rembrandt. Rembrandt. She studied French. I didn't. So the Rembrandt pattern is the little triangle on the other side. So this light's going to be this side of the face. One side of the face is going to be lit, and the nose and the eye should form a triangle of light on the other side. Let's see if we can get that going. So I move the light a little bit more to the side and a little bit higher. All right, so I'm going to take a shot of her looking at me at this point to see where my light's falling on her. And there we have it. I'm just, just one shot. I'm just going to move the light a little bit closer. And if not, I will just increase the power. Because I moved the light higher, I lost a little bit of light on her face. So I'm going to go back here. So let's try this again. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to bump the light to one full power. Let's see what happens now. There you go. And a little too much. Yeah, it's got to be half power. Half 1/3, 1, 2, and 3. I think what I need you to do, I need you to move your nose that way a little bit more. Keep looking at me. Chin down a little bit. There you go. There you go, perfect. So let me show you Rembrandt pattern, right? So look at this side of her face. She has light. See the triangle of light under her eye? Under her what? Her left eye, right? On my right side here. You see? That's the Rembrandt pattern, right? When you create that little triangle on the side. Some of you look at this and, oh, there's just so much darkness on the other side. Well, you can always bring a little bit of a reflector and put on the side so it will bounce the light back. But remember, if you want to do the Rembrandt lighting, you need that triangle there. That reflector may kill that triangle. And the cool thing about shadows is that shadows create dimensions on the face, right? So if you flat light, it's a very safe light, but very boring, just like that white wall. There's nothing there. Everything is flat. Right? When you start moving your light to the side, you start creating shadows, and that's what gives dimension to the face. So, in other words, what I want to say is embrace the shadows. Right? So, Rembrandt, see where Danny is? I moved a little bit 45 degrees, a little bit higher, and the softbox is pointing down. That's how you create it. So, when you combine all these techniques together with the pattern on the back of the wall over there, right? It works great. And this is all about being creative, right? You can take this anywhere you want. You can do this anywhere you want. You can do this. This works anywhere. You can go outdoors and create this. Like I have done this like 2 o'clock in the afternoon with the sun high. It's a little bit harder when you do it that way. But it works, also works, not only studio work, right? But the goal of this live tonight was to get the white, boring, blank wall into something more interesting. I hope that I have accomplished it. Hey, Claudio, I hope that I have accomplished it. Let me know if you guys like what you saw or not. Hit that heart button there for me, please. Let's get some interaction here, because this is all about experimenting, all right? If you think this helped you, that's great. Share. This live is going to be on YouTube, and Instagram is giving me a little bit of a hard time when I upload these longer lives. So, but 100% sure, on YouTube, on our channel, claysouzaofficial. If you go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel. We need more followers there so we can have a proper URL. I need at least 100 followers so I can have a proper URL to give you guys. Otherwise, it's just like a bunch of letters and numbers from YouTube, right? So at this point, this is what we need from you. We need you guys to be here. We need you guys to ask questions. We need you guys to invest on your education, because that's the only way you're going to move from point A to point B. And you see, I did this with very cheap equipment, like one speed light, one gel, and one mask, and that's it, right? It's all about being creative. It's not about the equipment. It's about being creative, okay? So next time you look at, you see a white wall, I hope you're going to look at this and see, instead of being seen as something difficult to work with, is really look at this as a blank canvas, and the limit is your creativity. All right? Thank you guys so very much for watching one more time, for being here, for participating. Brandon said no equipment is cheap. For participating. I really appreciate your support throughout 2021. It means a lot to me that you guys are here. Have a wonderful New Year's, and I will see you next year with a lot of shooting. We're going to do a lot of shooting. We're going to go back to flash photography because that's what the main goal of this channel is, right? We're going to keep doing this. We're going to do a lot of stuff inside because at 8 o'clock here in North Carolina it's already dark, but once we start getting the sunlight back again, we're going to do stuff outside. We're going to do a lot of shooting. If there's any topics that you guys want me to cover, let me know, right? Just send me a DM, ask me questions. I'm here to help you to evolve your photography, all right? Thank you so very much. Have a great New Year's. Enjoy. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in 2022. Happy New Year, guys. Bye. Dani. Vem. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.